Hello, everybody. I'm Alex Nogales, President and CEO of the National Hispanic Media Coalition. And today I am coming to you with another very serious concern. This past Monday, Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, Rush Limbaugh went on Fox National News and described Mayor Antonio Villarraigosa of Los Angeles as a shoeshine boy. A shoeshine boy. Now, the mayor is correct in not dignifying that terrible description with a retort, but we at the National Hispanic Media Coalition don't have those restraints. So when, in fact, Jeff Bercovici from Portafolio.com called to ask for our opinion on the remark, I had this to say. I told the reporter that Limbaugh's remarks were the same kind of nasty, bigoted, racist types of comments that have become so prevalent in today's society as practiced by Lou Dobbs, Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly, and Michael Savage. All these guys appeal to a particular bigoted audience and fan the fires of bigotry and racism, but saying these kinds of things without real concern about the consequences of their words. According to the FBI, hate crimes against Latinos rose between the years of 2004 and 2006 by a whopping 25%. The folks over at the Southern Poverty Law Center believe, as we believe, that that figure is much, much higher. And it is much, much higher because the people that are getting assaulted, the undocumented, are afraid of going to the authorities and reporting those hate crimes because of their fear of being deported. The ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, in their report of last October, documents how the extreme rhetoric of right-wing radio and television talk show hosts has moved into the mainstream, making it acceptable to be prejudicial and discriminatory by describing Latinos in the worst of all possible lights. The Center for American Progress Action Fund writes in their latest progress report that conservative radio led the effort to defeat congressional comprehensive immigration reform largely by resorting to fear and hatred. For example, radio host Neil Bortz urged listeners to help defeat this illegal alien amnesty bill and yank out the welcome mat. Speaking of undocumented immigrants, he said, "Give them all a little nuclear waste and let them take it down there to Mexico. Tell them it'll heat tortillas." Michael Savage repeatedly exhorted listeners to burn a Mexican flag and to tell them to go back to where they came from. Jeff goes on to say that right-wing radio's discussion of immigration often veers away from policy to focus on race. Savage once warned his listeners, and I quote, "The European American, or the white person, is being erased from America's future. There is a racial element to the immigration invasion," he said. "At least I see it that way," end of quote. Discussing a pro-immigrant parade in Los Angeles, O'Reilly said, and I quote, "So now it's become a race war." O'Reilly also accused supporters of immigration who hate America because it's run primarily by white Christian men. He also said, because they're seeking to change the complexion of America. End of quote. Right-wing conservative radio talk show hosts have also claimed, wrongly claimed, that Latinos should not be allowed into this country because they bring in strange diseases. O'Reilly agreed with the caller into his radio show who said that illegal immigration surpasses the impact of 9/11 because each one of these people is a biological weapon. Can you believe that? The caller claimed that illegals crossing the border are bringing tuberculosis, syphilis, leprosy. O'Reilly agreed and said there was an absolutely airtight case that more Americans have either been killed or injured based upon the 11 million illegals who are here than died on 9/11. O'Reilly later insisted that he never said any such thing. Last summer, Lou Dobbs from CNN repeatedly claimed that there were 7,000 cases of leprosy in the U.S. in the last 3 years and suggested the cases were due to illegal immigrants. when confronted with a CBS analysis that found only 7,000 cases of leprosy in the last 30 years and a now known number involving illegal immigrants, Dobbs simply said, if we reported it, it's a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the things that are being said on television and on radio day in and day out. There is rarely anyone in the television set or the radio booth to correct and bring balance to these outrageous remarks. So it is up to us to do something about it. Because what is happening here is that these folks, these DJs, these talk show hosts, are putting out their messages of hate, and some, a minority, yes, but some are still going out there and assaulting Latinos. Latinos as a whole, because very few people can tell the difference between a documented or undocumented person. All of us, Christian, Jew, Muslim, white, black, brown, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. We all have to rise up and say enough. We have to stop this type of demonic stereotyping, this type of hatred going over the airwaves, because the result is very clear. The manifestation of hate speech is crimes against the people that hate speech is directed towards. Hate crimes is on the rise, and it is not going to cease until we make it cease. Here is what you can do about it. Go to our website. Our website is latinosagainsthatespeech.org. latinosagainsthatespeech.org. Click on the place where it says Get Involved. And there you will find the many things that you can do about this terrible problem. All of us have to get involved, and there you will find the letters that you can send to the advertisers, that you can send to the congressional folks, to the Federal Communication Commissioners. Everything is right there for us to act on. So I encourage you, all of you, to take responsibility for what is happening in this nation and decide to do something about it. Muchas gracias.